In the panorama of human relationships, the value of friendship is often compared to the rarest and most precious jewels. But what happens when we find ourselves alone more often than in company? Could a limited circle of friends reveal deeper aspects of our being? In this dialogue, we will delve into the dynamics of modern relationships, evaluating how they influence our personal connections. Stoicism, with its millennia-old wisdom, will guide us through an exploration of the intrinsic value of authentic friendships. This approach will not only clarify the reasons for a limited circle of friends, but will also offer strategies for cultivating bonds that reflect our true value. We will explore the profound meaning of friendship, unveiling the reasons why, in a world full of interactions, some find it difficult to create authentic and lasting relationships. In a world that often rewards extroverts, those with a more reflective and reserved nature can feel sidelined. However, Stoicism teaches us to recognize and value introversion not as a limitation, but as a valuable peculiarity. According to this ancient philosophy, every character trait can become a strength if embraced with awareness. Introversion, in particular, can transform into deepening self-understanding and understanding of others. The tranquility and capacity for reflection of introverts make them keen observers of the surrounding world. These qualities, when cultivated, allow the development of deep and meaningful relationships, contrary to mere accumulation of superficial acquaintances. Embracing one's introverted nature also means learning to select interactions that are truly enriching and aligned with one's values. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, exhorted seeing self-acceptance as the first step towards wisdom. For introverts, this can mean recognizing their tendency for reflection as a gift, not a barrier. In the context of friendships, this approach allows for preferring fewer but more intense connections, where the quality of the bond prevails over the quantity of social encounters. Introversion, seen through the eyes of Stoicism, is not an obstacle to socialization, but a guide towards more authentic and lasting relationships. Embracing this part of oneself can open the door to a richer and deeper way of interacting with the world. Trust is the cornerstone of every meaningful relationship, yet its development can be a complex and challenging journey. Stoic philosophy offers us a valuable perspective on how to approach trust, seeing it not as a given, but as a work of art to be built with care and dedication. In weaving relationships, learning to trust requires a balance between openness and caution. Trust, according to the Stoics, is not extended indiscriminately. Rather, it is granted gradually and wisely, evaluating others' actions over time. This does not mean living in a state of constant suspicion, but rather cultivating an awareness that trust must be earned and that it is wise to protect one's heart and values. The philosopher Seneca suggested that one of the secrets to a happy life is having a few trusted friends, rather than many superficial acquaintances. In this context, the Stoic virtue of prudence becomes essential, allowing us to discern who deserves our trust and who may instead represent a risk to our emotional and mental balance. Moreover, trust must be maintained and nurtured through sincere communication and mutual respect. Conflicts and misunderstandings are inevitable, but the ability to face them with integrity and honesty can strengthen bonds rather than erode them. Remember that trust is not just a feeling, but an active action that is renewed every day through conscious choices and consistent behaviors. Stoic philosophy teaches us that trust is a precious ingredient in friendships. It must be managed with wisdom, protecting ourselves from naivety, while we strive to build lasting relationships based on reciprocity and deep understanding. The modern reality, with its incessant digital connectivity, often masks a deeper truth: the deficit of true social opportunities that foster meaningful connections. Although technology can create the illusion of a vast social network, the quality of human interactions can suffer a significant decline. Stoicism invites us to reflect on the importance of actively engaging in the real world to cultivate true friendships. The current era often sees us immersed in a scenario where face-to-face encounters are replaced by virtual communications. This transformation can lead to a sensation of isolation, despite the presence of a large network online. To counter this trend, the Stoics would advise us to actively seek and create spaces and occasions for authentic encounters. Participating in reading groups, sports clubs, or local community initiatives can open doors to direct and constructive interactions. Participation in local events and volunteering are excellent examples of how we can step out of our digital comfort zone and immerse ourselves in activities that not only enrich the community, but also our social circle. Every shared activity, from working on a common project to mutual support in a volunteer association, can weave deep bonds that mere online interaction rarely replicates. Through these shared experiences, we not only expand our social circle, but find people with interests and values similar to ours, creating fertile ground for lasting friendships. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us that every effort made to connect with others is never in vain. Even if not every attempt leads to a profound friendship, every interaction is a step towards personal growth and human understanding. Challenging the current of digital isolation requires a conscious commitment to real social engagement. Exploring and actively participating in our community, we can find and nurture those relationships that enrich our existence far beyond the virtual. In the context of human relationships, social skills function as tools that allow us to build and maintain significant bonds. However, in an era dominated by technology, many find it difficult to develop and refine these essential skills. Stoicism, with its emphasis on personal growth and self-discipline, offers us valuable guidance for overcoming these difficulties. The art of conversation, for example, is more than exchanging words. It is an opportunity to truly connect with another person. For the Stoics, true dialogue involves actively listening, responding sincerely, and expressing empathy. These are not just ways to improve interactions, but also to enrich our understanding of others' experiences. Moreover, actively participating in discussion groups, book clubs, or seminars can be an effective way to practice these skills in a structured environment. Every meeting becomes a training ground for patience, clarity of expression, and empathy, skills that are fundamental not only in friendships, but in every aspect of life. Learning to manage one's feelings during social interactions is another crucial aspect. The Stoics teach that we must exercise control over how we react to others' words and attitudes. This not only helps maintain serenity during discussions, but also builds stronger and more resilient relationships. Developing robust social skills requires practice and commitment, but by following the principles of Stoicism, we can transform every interaction into an opportunity to improve ourselves and our relationships. This continuous learning process not only makes us more competent in weaving social bonds, but also deeply enriches our life experience. The dynamics of life are constantly evolving, bringing changes in our circumstances that can profoundly influence our networks of friendships. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept and adapt to these changes with grace and resilience, seeing them not as obstacles, but as opportunities to strengthen and renew our interpersonal connections. As we proceed on the path of life, our priorities may shift from youthful interests to more serious commitments, such as career, family, or even personal endeavors. These changes are natural and reflect our growth as individuals. However, they can also distance us from friendships that once seemed invaluable, leaving a sense of loss or nostalgia. To address these changes, Stoicism suggests maintaining an open dialogue with friends and explaining the transformations we are experiencing. This not only helps mitigate misunderstandings, but also strengthens bonds through the sharing of new experiences and common challenges. Furthermore, adopting a proactive attitude in seeking new friendships that reflect our current life stages can infuse new energy and perspectives into our social interactions. As our lives undergo transformations, so must our approach to relationships. Welcoming changes with an open and adaptable attitude is essential for cultivating friendships that not only survive, but thrive through the different seasons of life. Relationships, like everything else, require evolution and attention to reflect who we have become and the direction we are taking. In the various stages of life, our priorities and interests change, inevitably influencing our friendships. According to Stoicism, we must accept these changes as an integral part of our personal evolution. Often, friendships adapt to these changes, grow with us, or dissolve peacefully if no longer aligned with our path. The Stoics teach us that true wisdom lies in the acceptance of the impermanent nature of things, including human relationships. This does not mean giving up old friendships in the name of personal progress, but rather recognizing and appreciating each stage of the relationship for what it was. As we grow, our connection capabilities become deeper and more reflective. This allows us to form new friendships based on a more mature understanding and more significant interests. This process not only enriches our life experience, but also establishes more lasting and meaningful bonds that can support and enrich the various phases of our personal journey. Through Stoicism, we learn to cultivate authentic and meaningful friendships, valuing the depth and sincerity of human bonds. Thank you for joining us on this journey to discover how Stoicism can guide us in human relationships. To continue exploring together the valuable teachings of Stoicism and how they can enrich not only our friendships but our lives as a whole, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss our future videos, where we will share further lessons and reflections for a deeper and more meaningful life. Leave a like if this video has inspired you and comment with your experiences. Thank you again, and see you soon with new insights of ancient wisdom applied to the modern world.